Denna here. Why in the world do Americans say excuse me so dang much? In the end, it's really just too much, isn't it? I've gotten this question a few times now about why people in the US don't just say excuse me if they bump into you or if they want to get past you on, say, an escalator, but that Americans also say excuse me when they pass by you, for example, in the aisle of a grocery store, but they pass you with like 5 feet in between you and them, and yet they still say excuse me. Come on, that's going a little overboard with it, isn't it? Well, I actually don't think so. I totally do that move, and now I will explain why. This can actually be applied to many different situations in the US, not just the grocery store, but I'm gonna go ahead and stick with the grocery store aisle example for now. Let's say I'm walking down the aisle and I see someone up ahead checking out the cans of soup. The person is clearly looking at something, trying to make a decision, weighing their options. Now, if I'm able to go behind the person without bumping or otherwise disrupting them, then I will. And then I probably wouldn't say excuse me. But let's say that there's something blocking my path there. Perhaps a cart from the store with goods on it waiting to be shelved. Well, then I have no choice but to walk in front of the person, going between them and whatever it is they're looking at, effectively disrupting their line of vision. So because of this, even though there is still plenty of space between me and that other person, and they don't need to move or anything like that, I would still probably go ahead and say, oh, excuse me, as I walked by. In this example, it's to let the person know that I'm sorry for passing in front of whatever it is they were looking at. When I'm in the US, I do this to simply show respect to the other person. I've stopped doing it here in Germany because people just didn't seem to understand what in the world I was apologizing for. So more than anything, it just seemed to cause confusion. Not everyone in the US does this, of course, but it's a common enough thing that people usually know why excuse me was said, even though you didn't bump into them or need them to move or anything like that. So where else might I do this besides the grocery store? Well, maybe if I'm walking on the sidewalk and there's someone looking into a shop window and I would again have to go in between them and whatever they're looking at. Yeah, so pretty much anytime something like that would happen. Also maybe at a sporting event. If I had to walk in front of some person and block their view of the game for a second, then I'd probably say, oh, excuse me, even though I didn't need them to move. Like I said, for me, it's just an easy way to show respect to the other person. Show respect and acknowledge their existence in that space. So my question for you is, what is your take on this? After hearing my explanation, do you still think it's too much? Do you also do this? Please let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. And also a big thank you so much to our patrons on Patreon who help make these videos possible. Thank you so much for your support. If you would like to check out our page on Patreon, you can find a link to that down in the description box below. Until next time, auf Wiedersehen. Checking out the cans of soup. The reason is that they want some soup. Yeah, that would be a good idea. Press record. I hear a mower. I hear a lawnmower. I hope you can't hear the lawnmower. Oh, the lawnmower stopped. Okay. Oh yeah, I guess I need to stop recording.